Hey guys, welcome to week 7 of the Chewelah Premier Fantasy Draft League. I'm your host, Sunblaze Warrior, and with me again this week is the ever-present Jacob Sue.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure to be back for another week. We have a lot of stuff going on. A great week, a high-scoring week in the Premier League. Some great close matchups between the squads. Can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
And looking at our transactions, FC Varka made just one trade this week, bringing in Leicester's James Justin and kicking out Van Heck, who he picked up last week. Mountain Villa made two trades, bringing in Team of the Week member Gehi for Castagne and Danny Ings for Cameron Archer. And the U.S. Air Force brought in Team of the Week member Hinchelwood and kicked out McGinn, just like he said he would.
Cyprus FC brought in the newly healed Jared Branthwaite for Emil Kraft, and AFC Sunblaze brought Morgan Rogers on in place of Luis Sinistera. And then Ryan Aitnuri returned to AFC Sunblaze after just a week absence, after AFC Sunblaze dropped him 2 weeks ago, and this week picked him up in lieu of Lewis Hall, and then Huckleberry Hotspur picked up Thomas Socek for Wilfred Ndidi.
And moving into our matchups, we had our first league draw this week with Mountain Villa and Toddy's Boys, ending square at 45. Mountain Villa had Dan Byrne and Luis Buqueta both score at 8, Brendan Johnson with 7, and Pau Torres and Andre Onana both scored 6. Meanwhile, for Toddy's Boys, Mikel Antonio with a very impressive 18 points, Chelsea's Nani Madueke with 10, and Newcastle goalkeeper Nick Pope with 6. We were unable to secure an interview this week. Let's move on to our other matches.
FC Osignac fell 24-35 to Huckleberry Hotspur. Huckleberry Hotspur's top scorer was Allison, and then Kieran Trippier got 8 points, and Lewis with 4. For the losing FC Osignac, Muniz had 6, and no real production from anyone else on the team. The Hive, although scoring 46 points, fell to AFC Sunblaze, who got a season-high 50 points for AFC Sunblaze. Martinez and Aitnuri both had 9, and Jota had 8, and Silva and Delap both contributed 6 points. For the Hive, 46 points, still a very respectable showing, with Cunha scoring 9, Tarkovsky and Dina with 8, and Young with 6. And then the real Shmuel fell to FC Varka 36-23. FC Varka Kovacic from the midfield scoring 15 points. James Justin, after his 2 great goals away at Arsenal, with 10. And then for the real Shmuel, Van Dijk had 8, Tsimikas with 6, and no real other production for the real Shmuel.
In the next one, the U.S. Air Force tacked on another loss for team average, winning by a score of 50-38. It was Gerard Bowen leading the team with 12 points, while 4 players, Hermansen, Kanate, Palmer, and Strand Larson, both scored 6. Angry Bird Athletic beat the absolute snot out of Tommy this week, winning by a margin of season-high 40 points, by a score line of 52-12. Alexander Arnold, Mboimo, and Havertz both scored 8, and Kudus had 7. They even went so far as to have 18 points on their bench in Nate Collins and Chris Wood. Meanwhile for Tommy, Daku scored half the points with 6, and 6 players on the field scored 0. Newcastle United and Cyprus FC, my 2 co-hosts, played out a very tight match that ended in Newcastle's favor, 44-43. For Newcastle, Saka led the team with 16, while James Maddison had 10, and Solanke and Shar both had 5. For Cyprus FC, it was Jordan Pickford who kept it close with 15 points after that penalty save against Newcastle. Danny Welbeck had 8, and Matoma had 5.
So after a great weekend of matches, let's look at the 11 best players in our team of the week.
And our player of the week, Toddy's Boys' Mikhail Antonio.
So after a thrilling week of action, let's take a look at our league table. Huckleberry Hotspur and AFC Sunblaze remained locked at the top of the table with 18 points. Tati's Boys sits alone in third place with 13, and then four teams tied on 12 points. Mountain Villa sits in eighth with 10, and then four more teams sit at with 9 points from 7 games so far, and then average with 3 points, second to last, and then still on no points after 7 opportunities. Real Shmuel. As always, great to talk a little bit of Fantasy Premier League with you all. It's been a thrilling week, and I look forward to another thrilling one. Zcast United, just a reminder, we're sitting on 12 points, making the climb. Always a pleasure talking with you guys.
And thank you once again, Jacob, for stepping in when I needed help. And thank you, the viewer, for watching. It's been an exciting 7 weeks as we go into our second international break, and I'm excited to continue making videos for you guys. Let me know down in the comments who is your favorite team that you're supporting. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, and see ya!